Ever felt like you see things others don't? Like you're walking around with emotional x-ray vision while everyone else is blind? And if you're a sensitive person, you might think it's a curse. But what if I told you it's your biggest superpower? Hi, I'm Sia, and today we're flipping the script on sensitivity, because what others call a weakness is actually your secret advantage. Let's redefine sensitivity. It's not just feeling more, it's seeing more. Your brain is a supercomputer, constantly processing information that most people miss completely. Remember meeting someone new and within minutes, something just felt off. Everyone else thought that person was amazing, except you. Months later, when their true colors showed, everyone was shocked. You weren't. You knew right from the start. That's your X-ray vision in action. Let's try a test. Think about someone right now who gives you weird vibes, even if everyone else loves them. Got it? That's your gut talking, your superpower at work. Like that super spiritual person, all love and light, till someone disagreed with them or even used sugar, goodness forbid. Suddenly, they're a judgmental vigilante. We felt the hypocrisy from day one. Most believe being nice and giving everyone a chance is a virtue. I think it's dangerous. Ignoring your gut is another day you're living in someone else's reality instead of your own. So I started paying attention. Every time I ignored my initial instinct, I regretted it later. Every time I trusted that weird feeling, I avoided problems. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago at a friend's party, I met someone charming, funny. Everyone loved them right off the bat. But something about them made my skin crawl. I ignored that feeling, thinking I was being too harsh. We became friends, and 6 months later, they were spreading lies and creating drama in my friend group. It was never ending. Everyone was shocked. I wasn't. My gut had been screaming warnings from day one. That's when I realized sensitive people are basically natural pattern recognition machines. While others make decisions on incomplete data, we're working with the full picture. But even with all this information, I kept making the same 3 mistakes. So let's look at them. Fatal mistake number 1, second guessing your first impression. We get a gut feeling, then immediately question it. Maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe I'm overthinking. But your first impression is usually the most accurate. Your brain processes that micro information instantly. The more you think, the more you talk yourself out of trusting it. The second fatal mistake is trying to find logical proof. We sense something's off, then waste time trying to figure out why. I need evidence. I need reasons. No need to understand why someone gives you bad vibes. Just trust the feeling and act accordingly. And the third fatal mistake, giving people the benefit of the doubt. This is the killer. Someone triggers your gut alarm, but they seem nice. So we ignore our instincts and give them a chance. Meanwhile, everyone else thinks they're great. We start doubting ourselves. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm paranoid. But that day that person shows their true colors, you aren't surprised. Instead, you're angry. Your intuition told you this from the start. So what should you do when you're the only person who senses red flags? You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to prove you're right. Just protect yourself and make decisions based on what you're sensing. Your sensitivity isn't there to serve other people. It's there to serve you. And to do that, I realized I needed to develop my emotional X-ray vision. I like that phrase. A bit like Superman. But instead of seeing through walls, I can see through people's masks and facades. Here's what I started doing. I began tracking my gut feelings. I wrote them down, and after a few weeks, I checked and saw I was right way more than I imagined. This isn't intuition or magic. It's data processing my conscious mind hasn't caught up to yet. So I started scanning people and situations, and before any important decision, I asked, how does this feel? Last year, an investor was interested in a project I was working on, but something felt off. They were too polished, too eager. Old me would have ignored it. The new me, I trusted the weird feeling and said no. Later, I learned they were a fraud. That uncomfortable feeling you get, that's data. That sense that something's not quite right, that's intelligence. But here's the key. You must act on the information. Most people get the feeling, know it's right, then do nothing. If someone gives you bad vibes, limit your exposure. If a situation feels wrong, get out. If an opportunity feels off, don't take it. Stop being polite with your gut feelings. Start being strategic. And here's how your emotional X-ray vision actually works in real time. The moment you meet someone, your brain processes hundreds of microsignals: posture, eye contact, speech speed, hand gestures, body posturing. Pay attention to your body's reaction. Is your chest open or tight? Do you lean in or pull back? And the energy between you. Does conversation flow naturally or feel forced? Your X-ray vision processes all this in the first 5 seconds. That's why you immediately know if this person is safe or not. Trust that instant read. Now, a big problem sensitive people face is differentiating between real information and anxiety. Both create uncomfortable feelings. Both make you want to avoid the person or situation. But the crucial difference, anxiety spirals. It gets bigger, more chaotic, always asking what if. Intuition is calm, a quiet knowing that stays consistent. It just says, this isn't right for you. Anxiety is loud and desperate. Intuition is quiet and certain. And here's how to tell. Get a feeling about someone, sit with it for 10 seconds without analyzing it. If it's anxiety, your mind starts spinning stories. If it's X-ray vision, the feeling stays steady. It doesn't need a story. It just knows something's off. Anxiety is about you. X-ray vision is about them. Learn this distinction and you'll never get second guess. Your X-ray reads again. Now, other people often don't understand our superpower. Ever been told you're too sensitive? You're overreacting? You think too much? They make it sound negative. Here's what really is happening. You're seeing what they can't see. So they try to convince you to turn off your X-ray vision. When someone says you're too sensitive about a person who later turns out to be toxic, they're saying, stop seeing what I can't see. When they say you're overthinking about a situation you predicted would go wrong, they're saying, stop processing all that information. Society trains us to believe seeing less is better. Feeling less makes you stronger. But the truth, every time somebody calls you too sensitive, they're confirming your X-ray vision is working perfectly. So the next time someone says you're overthinking or too sensitive, ignore it. Your X-ray vision isn't something to apologize for. It's something to protect. The world needs people who can see what others are missing. The world needs people who see details, feel undercurrents, and notice what others miss. Stop letting other people convince you to turn off your superpower just because they don't have one. But your X-ray vision isn't just about seeing danger. It's about seeing beauty, connections, and possibilities others miss. Think about this. While most see a sunset, you see 17 different emotions in the color changes. While others hear a song, you feel the texture of the melody. That's not too sensitive. That's enhanced reality. It makes you see what others miss. You notice patterns in data that lead to breakthroughs. You sense what customers want before they know it. You feel market shifts before the numbers show. Every innovation started with someone seeing a connection that everyone else missed. Steve Jobs felt what people wanted from technology before they knew it. Artists throughout history painted emotions others couldn't even name. Your X-ray vision connects you to ideas, beauty, possibilities most people will never notice. While others see the surface, you're seeing the magic underneath. That's not a burden, that's a gift. So imagine this, walking through life trusting yourself completely. No more second guessing, No more getting burned by red flags. No more wasting time in situations that feel wrong. That's what happens when you stop treating sensitivity like a burden and start using it as a superpower. Remember that person from the party who made my skin crawl? After I trusted my gut, I avoided people like them. My life became more peaceful, not because I became less sensitive, but because I finally listened to what my sensitivity was telling me. So the next time you have to make a decision, pause and ask yourself, how does this feel? Then trust that first impression. Remember, your sensitivity isn't a flaw to fix. It's a superpower to trust. So for more content like this, hit subscribe and like. And to dive deeper into trusting yourself and learning how to let go, click the video in the top right-hand corner. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.